Hello. Numanumu22 here, and welcome back to the ever-growing world of my Digimon headcanons and what-ifs. Today's video will be another dive into the universe of, you guessed it, Power Rangers. That's right, I'm finally ready to talk about this band of villains. What if the Psycho Rangers got their very own Digimon partners? Some notes and ground rules first. I will be covering all of the real Psycho Rangers. No silver here since it was just a disguise. Since they are not a season-spanning team, I will only be going up to Ultimate level Digimon, similar to how I did my Alien Rangers video. Now, if you guys want a video about their megas, I'll do a YouTube short like I did before. Also, this is a video of my opinions. I understand that you aren't all going to agree with me or each other, so let's all try and be nice and civil in the comments. Also, and this is just something I thought of off the top of my head, I have gotten a couple of these comments. Guys, I do a lot of recolors and redesigns. That's just what this channel is. If you don't like that or you think that they're pointless and they take away from the video, then I urge you to watch somebody else. There's a lot of other great content creators who do Digimon stuff. Obviously, first one comes to mind is always going to be Carney X, but Yoshi Sadarso does. There's just a lot of people that you could watch. And as much as I would love for everybody to watch me, I know that my recolors aren't for everybody. So, let a guy do what he wants to do. And then, of course, this is not a video about the actors playing these characters. Any real-life problems or tragedies are not going to be discussed in this video. This is meant to be a fluff piece on Digimon and Power Rangers, nothing more. Lastly, this is not a crest video. I'll be doing kind of adventure-era lines without designing and assigning crests, as it's just not needed for a video like this. Anyways, let's talk about these monsters. As many of you may know, during the events of Power Rangers in Space, Astronema brought this team of evil Rangers together to bring about an end to our space heroes. And they were nearly successful. It's honestly, just from what I remember as a kid, the stakes had never been higher. This was the first time there was a true threat to the Rangers that wasn't just fixed by getting a new Zord or something. They had to think. The whole episode where everybody disguises themselves as the Blue Ranger is one of the best episodes of Power Rangers. In Space is my favorite season. I've been transparent about that, and the Psycho Rangers are a part of it. I imagine in my crossover universe that each of them were paired with a Digimon that would grow alongside them power-wise. Now, it wouldn't be like the others where I envision them going back down to a rookie form. I envision them staying in their powered-up form. And that would be, something different because they're not truly partners. They're more servants to these guys. I want to start with Psycho Red today. I gave our evil Rangers similar Digivices to what Astronema was drawing power from before her turn to good. So this is our Psycho Digimorpher. I also use their monster forms as inspiration for their lines, so that's why they're going to be present in a lot of these starting slides, but more on that in a bit. So who is this maniac paired with? Burnmon. I recolored Ghostmon for a red variant. I chose a flame-based Digimon to reference Psycho Red's fiery monster form, and also, it doesn't end there. Burnmon will digivolve to Flaming Burn, a redesign of Meramon made to incorporate Burnmon's hat. I wanted something more complex than plain Meramon. I do love Meramon, but he's kind of a boring Digimon. Truly, I love him, but let's be real. That's why, though, Flaming Burnmon digivolves to Skull Burnmon. Skull Meramon was redesigned as well, since I wanted to keep the whole hat theme, I guess. So the villainous Psycho Red is paired with a vicious Burnmon who becomes Flaming Burnmon and Skull Burnmon. So now let's view TJ's near undoing. Psycho Blue is a ruthless fighter and never backs down from an enemy. His icy monster form is the stuff of nightmares. For the Ranger with a heart of ice, who better to be his partner than Snow Goblimon. No recolor was needed as this often seen henchman of the cold will serve his master well. Henchman becomes Hench Monster as Snow Goblinmon digivolves to Ice Devimon. Again, really had the perfect mon for this without needing a recolor, which, boo. But yeah, Ice Devimon showcases the darkness within Psycho Blue perfectly. Ice Devimon will finally digivolve to Frozen Devimon, finally a recolor. This time of Neo Devimon. Such a cool villain design that I wish we got to see more of in the canon. Psycho Blue's cold-hearted partner is a Snow Goblinmon who digivolves to Ice Devimon and then Frozen Devimon. Let's go from shivers from the cold to shivers from fear. Psycho Yellow is not only known for her heinous morality, but also her creepy insect-like monster form. What creepy crawly did I choose for our monstrous maiden in yellow? Kodokugomon. Another non-recolor, but this child form of Dokugomon is too perfect. Obviously, this little demon will digivolve to Dokugomon because it's just too good. But here is where I divert a touch. Dokugomon will digivolve to Mother Dokugomon. I finally get to recolor someone, and this time I chose Arukenimon. I know in the sub she's Arachnamon, but honestly, Arukenimon just rolls off the tongue so well. Anyways, though, I see her as the leader of a swarm of Dokugomon, enthralling enemies easily to feed her young, which leaves Psycho Yellow crawling around with a Kodokugomon that becomes a Dokugomon and a Mother Dokugomon. I never want to say Dokugomon again, and we all know this is not the last time. Now, who better to crush the spirits of the Rangers than our boulder of an enemy, Psycho Black. This antithesis to the kind Carlos has a destructive monster form that resembles a mess of stone and boulders. I felt it fitting to give him a partner who is equally rough around the edges, so let's say hello to X-Gatsumon. I decided not to recolor the X-Antibody variant of Gatsumon as I felt he worked as is here, especially when you look at the monster form of Psycho Black. I also just love this variant, and I think he would make a really cool partner to a Digidestin in an X-Antibody themed season of Digimon or game or something like that, but I digress. X-Gatsumon will digivolve to Bouldermon. This heavyweight recolor of Golemon makes the perfect champion for our brutal ranger. Bouldermon will see one more evolution as it digivolves to Progonomon. Probably said that wrong. This awesome newer mon is just such a cool ultimate level mineral Digimon that I could not use it. So Psycho Black will wreak havoc while partnered with an X-Gatsumon who digivolves to Bouldermon and Progonomon. Now, on to my always favorite entry, Psycho Pink, the monster whose reach spans more than just her season and arguably the strongest of that team. Her plant-like monster form is not something to be messed with either. The Digimon that helps Psycho Pink end the lives of a certain ranger and their partner is Petalmon. A darker recolor of Palmon would be a much more sinister Digimon than her adventure counterpart. Petalmon would digivolve to Kabukimon. This plant demon needs no recolors, as even with the pink, she is just as vicious. Kabukimon will digivolve one more time as she becomes Sakuramon. An albeit prettier redesign of Cherrymon would lull their victims into a false sense of security before raining down terror from above. The bane of Cassie and Kendrix's existence is partnered with a deeply evil Petalmon who digivolves to Kabukimon and Sakuramon. Here's the thing. I'm not quite done yet. For those of you that don't know, Power Rangers has an expansive comic book franchise spawning all kinds of new lore for the PR universe, including a sixth Psycho Ranger. Meet Psycho Green. This Power Ranger turned villain is a nasty piece of work, and his monster form, though fiery in nature, I see being formed more around poison and toxicity. Which mon do I want to pair up with this monster though? Fullmon. A recolor of a really cool Appmon named Trickmon would make an interesting partner for Psycho Green, using deceit and poison to harm our rangers. Fullmon will then digivolve to Jestermon, a much more vibrant recolor of Fakemon, another Appmon who I love, gives a second form to this deadly joker. Speaking of which, Jestermon will lastly digivolve to Jokermon, the perfect ultimate for this line with no recoloring or redesigning needed. Our monstrous ranger from the comics is partnered with a Fullmon who will use lies and deadly venoms to become Jestermon and Jokermon. So there you have it, folks. This was our foray into a Psycho Ranger and Digimon crossover. My eyes are set on Lightspeed Rescue next, so stay tuned. I also have a couple non-Power Ranger stuff kind of cooking, so I'm really excited to get those out to you guys as well. But yeah, again, I would love to do a YouTube short or TikTok going over my thoughts on megas for these guys, so please let me know if you guys want something like that. As always, if you like my content or this video in particular, please subscribe, like, and or comment. Also, feel free to check out my TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter linked below. Beneath that, you'll find a link invite to our Discord channel, so feel free to hop on in and join the 282. Thanks again for watching, though, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! I mean, the Psycho Rangers served. I'll say it, we all are thinking it. They were sick as hell, let's be real.